Hi, welcome to your Middle Path Movement mini class. All you need today is a dumbbell. I would recommend for your first class starting out with something light, 5, 8, 10 pounds. And then let's come to lie down on our backs. We're going to start with just setting our feet flat on the floor, hands resting on our belly, and just start with some breathing gear, getting settled, acknowledging that you've made it right here, right now, to your mat and to this time that you have here for yourself. Allowing yourself to now begin to turn your head side to side. And then let's take our big full body stretch right here, lengthening out from fingertips to toes, and go into a side stretch, sliding your feet to the right, left foot on top. Catch that left wrist and stretch on over there. Take a deep breath, breathing into that left side of your body. And then take a nice deep breath. And then we'll come back to the center and over to the left. Right leg can hook on top, catching a hold of that right wrist. Stretching over there, making that banana shape. Breathing into that right side. Take another breath right here. And then inhale to come back to the center, and as you exhale, hug that right knee in toward you. Give it a nice squeeze. Hold the back of your leg, stretching it up, and point and flex your foot. Just waking up your hamstrings, your ankles. You can circle your foot around there. And then going the other direction. And then let's bend into that leg. Reach your right arm out to the side and pull your leg across your body over to the left so that you get that stretch in your right hip, get a stretch through your back, maybe even across your right shoulder. Take another breath right here. And then we'll come back up and we'll simply switch it out. Left knee pulls in and hold the back of your leg, stretch it up. Waking up your hamstrings and your calf, point and flex your foot. You can start to circle your ankle, might get some Rice Krispies. So getting those Rice Krispies out. And then going the other way. And then let's go ahead and once again bend your leg. Right hand holds your leg as your left arm reaches to the side and going into that twist. Breathing right there, relaxing through that left shoulder as much as you can, softening through your jaw, noticing what you feel. And we'll come all the way back up. And now let's go ahead and set both feet on the floor, and we're going to get started with some of our weight work. So grab your dumbbell and we're going to place it right over the front of our hips. So the weight is just setting right across your pelvis. Hold either side of the dumbbell, feet are hip width apart. And you're just holding onto the weight so it doesn't roll, but you don't want to be using your arms to actually hold any of the weight up. It's your hips, your glutes, and your legs working to lift the weight up toward the ceiling. So we're just going up and down for 10, lowering straight down to the floor, and then squeezing your glutes and lifting your hips back up. 4, lowering down and lifting up. 5. You can exhale when you lift up. That's the efforting part of the movement. You can get used to kind of doing your breathing like that, exhaling when you're working. Couple more here. And then we're holding. Holding right here. You'll feel how the weight is trying to push your hips down, and you're working to lift your hips up and keeping the hips up toward the ceiling, resisting that weight. And then lower all the way down. Hold either side of the dumbbell and we're going to reach it straight up over our chest. The weight is not going to move at all for this. We're going to warm up our core. We're going to float our right foot, then our left foot up. Shins are parallel with the ground. Knees are over our hips. And we're going to do toe taps here. Using our core, thinking about a hugging in action to stabilize our pelvis. And then start to reach your right foot forward to tap the floor. Exhale as you bring it back up, and then left foot reaches forward, tapping the floor and coming back up. Keep going like this. As you're doing this, can you make sure that you're still relaxed through your face, your jaw? We're not overly tensing or overly working right here. Nice and controlled. Tapping further away from your body is going to be harder than tapping closer to your body. So choose an option that's going to feel like a good sustainable challenge for you, and just keep going here, alternating sides. Nice and controlled, reaching the right foot forward, tap, and left foot forward. The whole time you're being mindful that your back isn't overly arching here. You're using your core to stabilize your pelvis, so your leg is moving without your back moving. And then go ahead and rest. Now, keeping your feet down, we're going to still have this weight up. And now you're going to think about your back ribs staying down. As we take that weight overhead, the elbows will bend a little bit, and then tap the weight, or maybe it doesn't go back very far, and then coming back up. We're doing 10 of these. And this is going to start to warm up your arms, your shoulders, but also your core. It's not necessarily a tricep movement per se. It is, but really we're working on engaging our core while warming up our shoulders and our triceps. Exhaling as you punch the weight back up toward the ceiling. Making sure that we're using our core now. Instead of stabilizing our pelvis, we're having to stabilize our rib cage, so a little more of the upper part of our core. Then we'll bring it down, stretch out your legs, reach that weight up, and we're going to do a roll up to sit. Reach it forward, tuck your chin in, roll up, and then put the weight on your legs and reach forward. And get that stretch in your hamstrings. Take some deep breaths. Pulling the toes back toward you. And then from here, we're going to work on doing a seated press where we're bringing the weight to our shoulder and pressing it up. So seated presses are harder than when you're standing because you don't get to use your legs at all. I like to have the opposite arm out. Think about engaging your core, and then exhale as you punch straight up toward the ceiling. Your elbow is tracking forward as you lower that arm. 3. Exhale. 4. Trying to bring your arm alongside your ear and straighten that arm out the best you can. 6. Exhale when you're punching up. 7. 8. Holding right here on this last one. Stabilizing through your core, stabilizing in that shoulder, and then bring it down and we'll switch arms. Putting the weight on the left side, elbows pointed forward. Right arm can be out to the side. Brace through your core, and then exhale as you're pressing. 8. 7. Exhale up. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Hold and breathe. Set it down. Good job. Shake that out. We're going to spin on around now to hands and knees. Coming to all fours, wrists under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We'll set up for a few rounds of cat and cow here. Rounding your spine, tucking your chin toward your chest. And then inhaling, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, the shoulders back. Exhaling again as you round. Stretching out your back. Noticing how that feels, and rounding it out. Okay, now we're going to do a little core work, but also working our shoulders with our dumbbell. So we're going to go ahead and grab that dumbbell. We're going to bring it onto our mat. We want to move it where we can have our left hand in front of the dumbbell quite a bit, and then tuck our toes and come into a downward facing dog. So you may have to walk your hands further forward or slide that dumbbell back, but have it right behind your left hand. Pedal out through your feet here for a moment in your down dog. And then from your downward facing dog, let's inhale to shift forward into a plank. We can do this on our knees as well, which I'll show you first. And then you're going to stabilize through your core, stabilize your hips, take your right hand to the dumbbell, and lift it up and take it across to the right. And then left hand reaches over to the right and pulls it across to the other side. You can also do this with your knees lifted in your full plank as you're just pulling it across. And your hips are going to rock side to side a bit, but you're trying to stabilize the best that you can, using your core to stabilize you as you go side to side. And then pedal out through your feet again and walk your feet in. Have your weight come in front of your feet across it. And we're going to hold on to either side of the dumbbell. Let your head relax. Shake it yes and no. And we're going to start to bend our legs and slowly roll our way up to standing, stacking up through our spine. Do a little shoulder roll as you get to the top. And now we're going to go ahead and start to do some balance work. It's not really balancing just yet, but it's working all of our balancing muscles, where our right foot is going to be forward, left foot is back. All the work should really be on this right leg. Weight is in our left hand. We're going to hinge over, keeping a nice long spine, tap one head of the dumbbell to the floor, and then stand up. Really working your glute and your hamstring of that front leg there. The back leg is just like a little kickstand. And up. Exhale, 2. Inhaling as you go down, tap. Exhale up, 3. 4. Hinging over, front leg is a little bit bent, 5. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and switch. Step the left foot forward, the right foot back. Weight is in the right hand. Left arm is out to help us counterbalance. Hinge, tap, and up. This is like a single leg deadlift here. Really working again your glutes, your hamstrings. Exhaling up. 4. One more time. 5. Good. And step. Now the second round we can continue to do just like that. Or if you'd like, you can play around with lifting the back leg. So it's going to lift up almost like a warrior 3. So from here, weight again is really going to be in that right leg. You're really working your glute and your hamstring, but you can now lift the back leg if you want, or just keep it down and be really light on it. So right arm out, hinge, either keep that foot on the floor or start to float it up. Tap your dumbbell and then come back to standing. 5, 4. Make sure we're a little bit bent in that back leg so we're not locked out. One more time. And 5. Nicely done. And then step. One more time here. Go ahead and start to hinge, tap, and standing up. 5, 4. If lifting that back foot is too much, again, just keep it on the floor like we did the first round. 2, one more. And tap. All right, good job. Go ahead and put that weight down. That is all for today. But if you want more, we do a lot more in my full-length middle path movement classes. So I'd love for you to join us. You can find the schedule below, and you can also like and subscribe to this channel for more. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.